anyone gonna watch this? Our moms.
I think they will. Our moms will.
I'm scared. Is it going? Hello! I'm nervous.
Today, we wanted to do a little travel Q&A. I'm sure you know her, but if you don't, this is Kadri. We went traveling together to Southeast Asia in October. Is she hurting you?
No, it's okay.
Got my 2 kittens here, Lady and Bug. And yeah, we just wanted to do a little travel Q&A with you guys. Since I got a lot of questions. Like, did you get anyone DMing you afterwards?
Yeah, a couple people.
Like, people are
no,
really
while I was
interested.
going to.
In December, I came home and then Kadri kept going to Australia for like 3 more months or something. She knows more than me even. I was just backpacking in Asia and she went to Australia as well.
We did a lot when we were together though.
So we got questions. Should we just go from the start?
Yeah.
I guess we should tell them where we went.
True. We left October 4th, went to Japan for 3 days.
Just Tokyo.
Okay, Tokyo for 3
Yeah.
days.
Just Tokyo, just so cool.
Spent all our money. Went to Thailand for a month.
Yeah, Thailand was a month.
And then Vietnam, you were there for...
I was only in Vietnam for 2 weeks and then I went home.
And then I stayed, so I was in Vietnam for 3 weeks. And then flew to Bali with the Montreal girls and then went to Perth. And then came home.
Yeah, so in Thailand, we actually met up at the full moon party with some other girls from Quebec, and they were so much fun. So we met up again with them in Vietnam. And then when I went home, Kadri just ended up going with them all together. Now they're like, yeah, besties. Okay, the first one is the scariest thing that happened on your trip. You might have a different one than me, but I think
no, I don't.
Is it the taxi cab? I was most scared in the moment in the taxi cab. Like, I was ready to choke this man out.
I was gonna watch this and have a heart attack.
So
we got robbed.
We got robbed. It was my last day in Vietnam, guys. Like, I ran out of money, but broke. Like, no money.
Our flight was in like 2 hours. Literally 2 hours. And we're like, fuck, what do we do? So we went to like a war museum in Hanoi.
And you're supposed to take Ubers like everywhere, because then you just have a set price, like set destination. You don't have to talk to the cab drivers.
Yeah, so in Asia they have Grab. It's like Uber, but it's called Grab. And you're literally, like, you use that because if you get in a taxi, you get fucking robbed.
So on the way home, her Grab wasn't working. So then we just get in this cab. He was like, you could tell he really wanted us in there.
Yeah, and this guy the whole time is like picking his nose, like hawking loogies at her, looking at each other. We're like,
he was spitting loogies out the window, guys, and the streets are packed. Like, there's people on the streets everywhere, and he just chucked loogies out.
And then the taxi ride was like 10 minutes maybe, and then the Grab to the museum was like $2 Canadian. So it's like 30K dong, I don't remember.
Yeah.
The taxi on the way back, he has a meter going, and it's like going really fast, but I didn't think he was gonna use it because it's obviously broken. And then he parked like a 5-minute walk from our hostel, so like not near it, and stops the car and turns around and says 900K, and that's $50 Canadian.
Yeah, it was. We're like, bro, no.
No.
I was like laughing at first.
I just went to the ATMs. That's literally the only reason I had that much money, because why would I carry that much?
Yeah.
So like, just look at this guy, we're like, no.
And then we just all Vietnamese and spit coming at us.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English. He's just screaming at us. Jill tries to open the door. She's like, Kadri, it's locked. Starts beating on the window. It's like, let us out, let us out. Fucking yelling. Nobody on the street cares because we're tourists. And we look 12 and we have blonde hair, and they're like, okay, they're dumb. Like, let's rob them.
Yeah, like his window was like half open. So I was literally banging. Like, I thought it was gonna break open and he wouldn't let us out. When we did try getting out, he like pulled away.
He like hit the gas, and then I got out my wallet. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, he hit the gas and
to
take
take
us
us somewhere.
And I was like, Kadri, like, I'm not paying that amount of money. That's stupid. Like, flights in Asia are like, her flight to Bali was what, $40? So that was a big chunk of money,
But
and I was not down to pay for it because I was already out of money.
I just paid it because like we were locked in a cab.
I don't know. That was terrifying. We were shaking and he wouldn't let us out. We tried playing it off like, oh, we don't have that much money. Kadri opens her wallet, so much money in it.
Yeah, I know, but
then he made you pay it all. But then we
got out and we were like, and I said bye and you left.
After that, I had to go into another cab and go right to the airport. And when he was driving me there, when we crossed that big bridge, I was taking pics and he pulled over, and I thought he was gonna kick me out and like take my bags, but he just pulled over for me to take pictures. But for being gone 2 months, being like our only, there was 2
But that was
my whole trip.
That's like the dumbest thing you can do is get in a cab.
Yeah, that was like the worst thing.
And we knew that, but for some reason we did it. That was us being stupid. Except in Bali, like the Grab drivers and the local cab drivers are like fight with each other, and like in some like in Ubud there's signs and it was like support local, like don't use Grab and stuff. But in Bali it's safer. We took taxis and it was like okay, they're just like
the Grab drivers are still local people.
Yeah, but I don't know.
The next question is something you wish you brought and something you wish you didn't bring.
Oh my god, I would have brought a lot of things. Not Tevas.
Those sandals, yeah. Mine literally smell like fish and they give me so many blisters. Something I wish we didn't bring is our shampoo.
I forgot about that. Me and Jill didn't know what we were doing before we left.
We thought we would be cool. We went to like the outdoor store.
What's it called?
We bought these at Atmosphere, and you guys remember like those little what were they called?
The breath strips. So you pull out. Is that what you're talking about?
The breath strips that like burnt your mouth. It was the same concept, but it was shampoo strips. So you're supposed to get it wet, and then it was supposed to get like super soapy or something.
You needed the whole pack to wash your hair once.
And literally us.
And my hair wasn't clean for like a week because that's all we brought.
And like our hair, like look how like obviously it wasn't smart.
Yeah, but
it like left chunks in your hair and it didn't work at all.
But we just bought little mini like in Pantene and stuff.
Yeah,
7-Eleven. So we just bought it when we were there, so it was fine.
So that's something I would not bring again, and something I wish I would have brought.
I would bring another pair of shoes. Like
we only brought 2 pairs of shoes.
I brought sandals and like Nike like running shoes.
And it was doable, but I think I would have definitely brought more pairs of shoes. But mine is definitely the portable speaker. We didn't have it the whole time.
Speaker. Actually, I wish I had a nice camera.
I wish I vlogged way more, but
it was hard and you can't flaunt your stuff around. Like Jill got her phone stolen, our friend Dylan got her phone stolen. You're honestly lucky if your phone doesn't get stolen.
What's the craziest thing you did? And I don't really know how to answer that.
The loop.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So I could say that's the craziest. Loop was very crazy. So in Vietnam, there's like this huge, it's not like an actual loop. It's just like roads that make a loop through the mountains. So we did it and it took us 3 days and we're on mopeds and it was fucking insane.
Yeah,
I loved
it was really cool.
It's like you're driving on this small road, like cliff up this way, cliff down this way.
I had
pictures here. So nice. It was so much fun. We stayed in homestays.
Yeah, that was cool.
And for those days, you're with the same people the whole trip, so like you get really close to those people. I thought. Shout out Reese, Tomo.
I miss them. They're fun. Reese gave me a nice little scar on my ankle. Yeah, Reese hit me. I fell a couple times. But they're like semi-automatic motorbikes. The first day, I like hit a patch of mud and like flipped my bike because it kind of landed on me. But I was fine. I had padding on my elbows, so if I didn't have that, I'd be hurt.
But you did really good. Like I've grown up riding dirt bikes in the mountains with my family.
I learned how to ride the bike the day before I left by this little Vietnamese guy.
When you're doing the trip, you can have a, what was it, a safe rider? A safe rider where you just sit on the back and they drive you around and they're locals. Because the road is pretty scary. Like people have died on this road. But we did it on our own.
We're
and
the
I totally
only girls
recommend it.
in our group that drove our own bike.
And everyone totally can do it.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
But I definitely think you should go drive by yourself if you go there. Your dream destination. There's a place I don't want to go.
Yeah, I want to go to the Philippines.
You want to go to the Philippines next?
Yeah, I'm really bad.
Yeah, I really want to go to Fiji, and I miss Bali. I was so excited about Bali, and I never got to go, so I'm going there, definitely. They said, what's the full moon party? Yeah. How was it? The full moon party is... How should you describe it?
A party that happens every month during full moon. It's like a week-long thing. There's parties leading up to it.
In Copenhagen?
On this one beach. There's like 4,000 people in the beach. Yeah. And we were there during low season.
And the beach is covered with like different stages like beside each other. And they all just play different music, so it's kind of weird because like if you're right in front of the stage, you're into it. Like if you're not, you could hear everyone other music coming on.
It's crazy though. Like we didn't even bring our phones there, I don't think.
No, because I was right after my phone got stolen, so I was terrified to bring my phone.
I didn't bring mine. We were with a lot of people. That's when we met the girls, and then we had a good group from our hostel, so we all stayed together. But like I would never go there if it was just us.
Yeah, like I would have been pretty terrified if it was just us too.
There's so many people. It was really fun. But
it'd be easy to get lost. Like there's people like laying,
people die all the time too. People are really not sober, trying to swim,
having sex all by the boats. In the water.
Yeah, it's
I went out in the water to go take a piss. There's people just grinding on each other. I was like,
yeah, people. I had a story. This was when I was in Vietnam. You just left. I was talking to some girl, and this was in November. So we went to the one in October. She went to the one in November. She didn't know the girl, but her friend knew some girl leaving the party, and the taxi's there. It's just like a truck, and it's open on the back, like benches. You're sitting in the back of a truck, basically. So she's sitting in the back, and her phone fell out. She reached to grab it, and she fell out, and she died. So it's like, yeah, the people die all the time going to it. It's crazy.
I had a good overall time. But it was fun. Other than that, it's like a scary place to go. Go with a couple friends, and then you'll have a great time.
We stayed till 7:30 in the morning.
Like everyone dances till the sun comes up, and
till the moon comes up.
Till the moon comes up.
No, it was really fun.
Put on neon paint everywhere. Like it was a good time.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was fun. and the pre-parties to it were fun. There's the waterfall party and the jungle party before.
We didn't go to waterfalls, I think it was too expensive. But then we went to jungle.
And it was so fun.
Yeah.
Everyone says jungle party is better than full moon, but you gotta go to jungle party.
It was really
I
fun.
know.
If you go, stay at Slumber Party Hostel.
That's where all the parties
We
are.
stayed
It was
at
so
a
fun.
weird hostel.
It was on the beach.
But we
very
met cool
pretty.
people there, so it was fine. Before the parties, we would go to Slumber Party Hostel. It's like a chain throughout Thailand, and then we pre-drink there, and then get a taxi to the parties.
The next question is the dumbest thing you did. I literally spent so much money. Okay,
Jill
wait.
bought a lot of chocolate bars.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's why she had no money.
Not why I had money, didn't have any money. I love those chocolate bars. And
They're
then
so
Crispies. Canada got them now and I'm addicted. But I'd say the dumbest thing we didn't do was just chill.
Oh, dumbest thing we didn't do?
The dumbest thing we did.
What? Just chill?
We didn't ever chill. We did something every single day.
Yeah.
I didn't have one beach day.
I was gone
for 2 months and we didn't even tan
about
one
that
day.
with Dylan. I was like, how are you guys so tan when we met you? And because they're just in pee and they're like tan on the beach. Like, me and Jill didn't sit on the beach once.
That's why we ran out of money. We were like, let's go do this and this and this every day.
We didn't go on like the expensive tours.
I don't know.
We
Like,
did
we
do
did-
something every day.
We
though.
did really good for that's our first
But not
time
like we would
traveling by
just
ourselves.
rent scooters and just
Drive
leave
around.
and do whatever we like, go wherever we want for the day. Like, we went to those caves one day.
Oh
Just
yeah,
drove
and then
for
we
2
took all the
hours.
different beaches.
Yeah, and gas is like $1 a gallon. Like, it's not
Mhm.
expensive. You don't have to
Yeah.
go on the expensive tours. Well, there'll be an expensive tour, and then you walk 10 feet, and there's a local guy standing there selling it to you for like $20 cheaper.
And he'll take you there by himself, show you everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
You
it's
just have to
so-
be smart.
3 must-have items when you're backpacking.
I would bring Cliff Bars.
Oh yeah, people
That
buy
would've been
Clif
really
bars,
handy.
That's
The
really
girls
smart.
did. Camera?
Expensive.
A power bank, like a portable charger.
Oh, that's a must-need. Yeah.
Because if you don't have your phone, like, and you need to go somewhere, you have no directions, you can't do anything.
We couldn't have survived there without
No.
without a phone. Like once I lost mine, I was like, okay, we have to go get a new one right now.
Your
Your
GPS
map.
for everything. You book your hostels on
You're talking
it.
to people through your phone.
Yeah,
like,
you
Google
need your
Translate.
phone.
So power bank's a good one. You definitely need one of those.
I don't know.
I'd say that. It's pretty good.
I literally brought nothing.
You don't need to bring much. Aw, so Alexa said, what's your favorite photo from the trip? I'll put in our favorite pictures
Oh my
right
God.
here. There's so many. I
I
don't
have
know
so many
how you pick a
pictures.
favorite photo.
I have so many.
Someone said a hostel or hotel.
So I didn't stay at a hotel once. Hostels are so cheap.
I'd say from $5 to $20 is the max you'll pay. That's the max we ever
20?
paid. We paid 20 at that one on Koh Phi Phi, the fancy one.
You're right, but
But
that's
you needed to.
It's a different story, alright.
But yeah, hostels are so freaking cheap and so much
They're
fun.
so fun.
Like, people that think hostels are like these grimy places. I'll put up
That's-
pictures of where we went. Like,
they're so nice and they're so cheap, and you go there and you just meet people and hang out, and it's so fun. Everyone's there for the same reason.
Exactly. That's
Mhm.
definitely the way to go. There's so many single travelers, so if you want to go traveling, you can go definitely
Yeah,
by yourself
exactly.
and stay in hostels and meet so many friends. People in hostels, that's where we got like most of our travel information from. Like, everyone,
We didn't know shit
No.
before we left.
they tell you where to go. Like, everyone that's going around has so much
We
knowledge.
didn't know anything. We watched a YouTube video about a guy backpacking Thailand
Like,
and
a
copied
10-minute
it.
video. If we can do it, I'm sure anyone can.
Don't go through a travel company, do it on your own.
Highly recommend. You do not need a travel company at all.
What we thought our trip was gonna be before we left and how it turned out is not.
Yeah, we like.
I thought
our
we were
itinerary
gonna
was
sort
a
of like
joke.
Japan, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia,
We had like
Philippines.
we had like 7 countries
that
in 2
we
months.
didn't know. That doesn't work that way.
Best information I'd say was just to have an open plan.
Mm-hmm.
Book as you go.
Yeah.
Like when you meet new friends, everyone's going to different areas, so your plans change.
That's what we did. We were
constantly.
going to Vietnam and the girls were in Hanoi, so we went there. Like, we didn't even know where to fly into.
What did you eat the most of? It's
M&M chocolate bars.
M&M chocolate bars and
Um,
smoothies.
Oh yeah,
smoothies every day.
passion fruit, dragon fruit smoothies.
Those shit is so good.
We were fat in Thailand.
All we ate was rice and noodles 3 times a day, sometimes 6 times a day. So we
It
ordered
was
2
cheap. Your meal's $2, and then I
So-
added a fried egg to every meal and like an extra side of rice. Our portions are pretty tiny, but
Sometimes we
I
ordered 2
ordered,
suppers. Okay, so this is like obviously one of the most asked questions. How much should you guys save for this trip, and how could you afford it? So this
You don't
completely
need that
depends.
much money. You do, but you don't. You could go to the same places we did and stay at the resorts or in the nice villas and eat at the fancy restaurants and go on the boat tours that are like $300. You can stay at a hostel and eat $2 meals and rent your own kayak and go to the same island.
Exactly.
It depends how you want to travel.
And then there's that other girl that we met that was just literally stayed in the hostel and was like working. Like people are there on work
Yeah,
trips.
you can stop and work on the way too.
Like lots of
I
people
would do
are-
that if I go again.
But if you want to go for an extended period of time, I don't think I would leave home again without $5,000 in my pocket. It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Okay, someone asked how long did you go to Japan and how much was it? So we were only there for literally 3 days. And it's so expensive. Japan's extremely expensive,
Yeah.
more than Canada.
We didn't do cheap things there.
No, like we went to Disneyland.
It was the beginning of our trip and we were so excited.
Japan was so cool
Like,
though.
yeah, it was really cool. I want to go for longer, but
But literally like a quarter of my money I spent there in 3 days, I swear.
yeah. Well, we went to Disneyland and we went to that light museum.
Oh, that was so
what
cool.
those celebrities go to. Yeah,
It's like $100 together, but we
but
did
it was so cool.
Yeah, Japan's definitely a pricey place. You better
Yeah.
have your cash money ready
The
to
food's
go.
expensive too.
Where was your favorite place in Thailand, and what would you suggest doing there? I'd say the favorite
We
places
missed-
were definitely the southern islands. Like I would stay
Yeah, the
mostly
islands.
there,
We didn't go to Koh Tao or Koh Samui.
which I regret.
Yeah, I feel like Koh Phangan with the full moon party, that's where we met our friends. And we did a lot of stuff there. It was really, really fun. But I feel like Koh Phi Phi was the prettiest.
Koh Phi Phi was
It's
the prettiest.
so pretty.
Lots of partying, and also
Yeah.
we went on like our little boat trip there. That was really cool. Then we saw the plankton in the water.
Oh yeah, glowing plankton.
Favorite places?
All of them.
Yeah, everything was so much fun.
Bali.
All different reasons.
Bali was sick. I wish you were there. It was so fun.
Bali was that's why we were kind of trying to end our trip there.
Yeah.
Because it was like gonna be the most favorite place, but I never made it. It's okay, I'll make it there.
Cool. Bali was so cool.
Someone said how to save money, and I would just say just put away a chunk of your check.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, how much do you really need, like going out for food a couple times versus freaking traveling the world?
Also depends
you know?
how long you're going for too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not the best person to ask how to save, obviously. I like went there with like $3,000
Like we were
less
struggling
than that.
a bit in Bali. We ate ramen from
Yeah, I remember those
the
days.
mini marts.
You guys sent that
for
every day.
a good 2 weeks at the end because we literally couldn't afford anything. Yeah, we ate a lot of ramen in Bali. Bali's more expensive than Thailand and Vietnam. It's still cheap.
So in all
Thailand,
places,
Vietnam.
it would have been Japan. Then you think it'd be Bali already, and then Thailand, Vietnam.
For expensive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Australia is up here,
Yeah.
and then Japan, Bali, Thailand, Vietnam.
I
Vietnam's
thought
the
Japan would be
cheapest.
more expensive than Australia, wasn't it?
I don't remember. That was so long
It's
ago.
hard to guess. We were there for 6 months versus 3 days. in
Yeah,
Japan.
so I don't really remember. Oh, would you go for a swim?
Oh, you did go in the dugout. Yeah, other than that, Vietnam was cheaper. Thailand. And Thailand's more touristy, but it was better weather and food.
Yeah, we were there during low season too. I guess I thought it was still busy at some places, but I guess
thought
that
so too.
I'm happy with that time. I'd rather be like that than overpopulated with tourists everywhere we go.
And then Cassidy, also my other friend, traveled more to like Sri Lanka, Cambodia, the other countries. Excuse me, sir. She said those places were even cheaper than Thailand and Vietnam, so which absolutely.
Oh yeah, Hostel World. That's where we booked all of our hostels on. It's so easy. You just search your place, read the reviews. Oh, I had like a currency exchange app.
See what you're
Read
paying.
that. Yeah.
It's really hard to bargain when you don't understand what
how much everything
Yeah.
is. So you get used to it quick. So that, Google Translate, Google Maps,
the whole
airport.
phone situation. You just right at the airport. We just got Sims for the 2 weeks or
And then,
however
like,
long we needed them.
Unlimited data for like a month or whatever it is, and it's not expensive. Probably like
It's so
$20
cheap.
maybe. And you need that. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have that.
Then every other country has different rules about this, but the only one we actually had to get a visa for was Vietnam, right? Well, I guess your Australian visa.
I think Bali had a visa.
Oh, really?
I don't remember. I think Thailand did too, didn't it?
We didn't have to go and get it though.
No,
but
we just had to do
leave
it
at a certain
before.
time.
That was like Bali too. I had to have my flight to Australia booked and show them before I could even fly to Bali.
Most places don't let you stay there longer than a month unless
Mhm.
you get something like another visa. It's like Thailand, we just had to leave, and then for Vietnam, we actually had to get the visa, and you had to get the
Oh.
papers and stuff online.
And get our pictures taken. I got my pictures taken. They didn't even take.
What do you mean?
Remember the pictures we got in Thailand? They didn't ask for mine.
Oh my gosh, we got like 30 of them.
Yeah, I know.
So before you leave on your trip, go to your like London drugs or whatever and get a whole bunch of passport photos taken. Just Google before you go, because we had to have a couple things printed out before we went to Vietnam, or else we'd have to wait at the airport for a while.
Yeah.
Tips on making friends and getting to know people.
So easy.
So easy. Like I'm not even an
Literally,
outgoing person. I feel.
Like when we met the girls, we just showed up.
I don't know where
We
I'm
just
going with
showed
this.
up.
I would just say you just have to put yourself. You don't even have to put yourself out there. Just be willing to talk to people. Go down at night.
Yeah,
go to the
don't
happy
sit in your
hour.
room. You just go sit in the lobby.
Everyone's-
It's not hard at all.
Everyone's so bubbly, and
Everyone's there for the same reason, to meet people. Like nobody goes traveling and stays at a hostel. And well, there was a couple people that would like stay in the room, but
There was
not
different
you.
types of hostels though. There wasn't always a party hostel. If you wanted a quiet one, you could go there.
Yeah.
But if you're at a party one, you need to be talking to people or else
Yeah.
you look like a
The party
snob. And I just loved it so much. Like, no one ever took their phones out over there.
Yeah, I didn't go on my phone
No.
at all except for like GPS. You're in your room to sleep and that's it.
That's the only time we'd be in a room to sleep or change.
And you're talking to people all like you don't even have you don't have a room to yourself, you don't have a bathroom to yourself, like you're always with people and talking to people.
A funny story. So I want to say the Kappa
Kappa
story now.
one?
Okay, so we went to Kappa to go to Halong Bay, and all of us girls just mopeded around the city, and it was like our last night there. So we went to we're doing this market.
The night markets.
Okay, so Dylan out of our group is like
This
like
big.
a small little pure little girl. Just no, she's not. I don't want to call her
Smile
that.
this big, she's this big. Me and Alexa are like looking at shoes, you're like over somewhere else, and we like hear yelling and we're like, what the fuck is that? And then we turn around and this local lady is yelling at Dylan, because I guess Dylan like picked up a pair of sunglasses like this and set them down, and the lenses fell out and shattered. And then she was like, oh shit, like,
Yeah, and the girl was like, you have to pay
sorry,
for
so
that.
you have to pay. And Dylan's like, I'm not paying for it. And she wanted her to pay like $10 Canadian or something stupid. The glasses were already broken, probably worth 50 cents. She was just yelling at Dylan.
This
telling me
lady-
to I don't want to do the accent.
I don't even think she knew much English. The only English words she knew were swears.
She's calling and she's like, dirty bitch, slut, fuck you,
dirty
100K.
girl, pussy girl, like
Pussy
all
girl.
of them, like all the
Dirty
bad
girl,
words.
you pussy girl.
Like F you, F that, like oh my god, and we all
And we're all
came.
watching. I'm like trying not to laugh. So
I
I'm
would
like,
feel awkward. Like I went still browsing around because I was like, this is an awkward confrontation. So I left them.
Yeah.
And then the girl
And then-
grabs Dylan.
Oh yeah, she
Fucking
grabbed
yanked
her
her in the
by the
store.
arm and was dragging her like off the cement. I swear to God.
Because Dylan was like about to leave the store, like I'm not
Oh,
paying
I
for this.
forgot about that.
And Dylan felt bad, like that's the person she is, that she like feels bad for this girl, like obviously she wants some money. Dylan was
Yeah.
like, I was gonna pay half.
But she was asking too much, and Dylan's like, I was gonna pay.
Like she
But
was
then
gonna
she was
pay.
like yanking her across the street.
So then after that, Dylan was like, I'm not paying
And
her,
she
like,
walked
whatever.
away, and the lady grabbed, I don't know if she grabbed her again, if Dylan turned around, but she like hocked a loogie in her face, like spit in Dylan's face, like,
Yeah.
fuck you. And I was like, holy shit.
It was disgusting.
It was so funny.
It was hilarious.